What is going on, everybody? This is Sergio PHC, and I've been wanting to do this video for a very long time. I've done a few of these videos in the past, but I was waiting to do this particular video until after the baseball playoffs ended, and once you see the hat, you'll see why. But every once in a while, a hat has to die for science. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let's take a look at the hat that's going to sacrifice its life today on Sergio PHC. Unfortunately, you won't be seeing my head anymore, but you'll be hearing me talk. We are going to be destroying a 47 brand Dodger hat, and I didn't want to destroy it while the 2021 MLB playoffs were going on. I didn't want them to use it for like motivation or anything like that, because you know the Dodgers are really watching my videos, and if they see me destroying their hat, that's really going to motivate them, and then I'll be, like I said, a Giants fan. Now, if you're asking why this is going to be a hat I am going to destroy in the sake of science to find out what kind of insides on a 47 closer stretch fit hat you have, the reason why is because when I bought it, there was a small little burn mark right here, if you guys can see. And unfortunately, you know, every once in a while, that is what happens. You buy a dud hat and you try to figure out what you can do with it. And some of you guys probably asking, oh, well, why don't you just return it? Well, one, typically when you buy sell hats or whatnot, you can't, they're not exchangeable or returnable, and most of the time when I buy these kind of hats, it's not in my local area, so I can't really just kind of take it back. So I come up with another idea of just making a hat anatomy of a 47 closer stretch fit hat. This is a size large XL, and it, as you guys can see, it has that trucker feel to it. That's why it has that mesh stretchiness going on. It's not your traditional trucker. A lot of people actually like this hat. I will say it does fit pretty good. If you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see because I do have it kind of a little bit. It actually does fit pretty good. It's not my style hat. I don't feel like it's comfortable on my head or anything like that. So let's start taking a look. I got my tools, got my scissors, I got my blade right here. Also, I have some exchangeable blades where I can change it out just in case this one is dull, I'm not sure. And then I have my precision cutter right here just in case. So without further ado, guys, let's get cutting. Now remember, guys, always be careful with your items. I am a trained professional, so kids, don't try this at home. Leave this up to the experts. So right off the bat, let's just slice into this part right here, the meshy part. I don't know what to call it, but let's just tear it up. As you guys can see, actually, you know what? This actually might be better to cut just because it's kind of a weaker fabric. By the way, just let's take a look real quick. This is made out of 100% cotton, and the material number 2 is polyester. So I don't exactly know how it could be 100% cotton and then 100% polyester. I guess depending on what section the hat is at. And then it is made in, let's see if we can get a manufacturing. I'm going to say China, but I'm not sure. This one is made in that weird country of, and I say weird because like when you're listing these hats, they never show up for this country. Macau, I think it's H-A-C-A-U. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And like I said, whenever you list these kind of hats, you can never find the Macau place. So on this one, you do have the Dodgers name on the back. So we're gonna see if we can cut these. Now, these may not be the right scissors, but it's what I have. Now, I didn't want to cut this, obviously, during the playoffs, because you don't want to give the Dodgers any extra motivation. I can't rip it. Alright, guys, this is why this is kind of fun. It's not supposed to go easy. I'm just going to, you know what, here, let's change out the blade, because I know this baby will cut good. I've used this thing plenty of times. This is actually a very good blade right here. It's a box cutter I would use for work and stuff. It's a double-sided blade, so it is very sharp. Again, be very careful. I'm a trained professional at doing these anatomy videos, so if you like these kind of videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button. All right. Making a mess. What the heck? There we go, but it did the trick. Look at that. It is ripping. I kind of rather use the scissors just because I didn't want to really necessarily destroy the whole part of the Dodger logo, but it looks like we're going to. Here, let's got it. Let's trim it up a little bit better. I don't know why, but anyways. All right, so we have the sweatband part right here. Kind of, sort of. Let's cut that part off because I want to get into the sweatband. It's an elasticy feel, so I just want to see if it's an elastic sweatband. Let's see here. Here we go, guys. We got it. Yeah. Dang, at least they make it strong. I will say that, guys. They make it very strong. Stretchy. There you go. So that is it. So it's very strong. I will say that's at least constructed very well. All right, now we're going to cut the front part. Actually, let's cut off the button next. Let's go to the button right here. I don't want to cut the table, so I'm going to cut upwards. And it cuts it really easy. Rip it really easy. Got the lining on the inside right there where the button is met because it keeps all the linings together. That's like your connecting point. So there we go. Let's do that. Usually the button is metal. And this one actually says 47 on it. It's a blue button, of course, for the Dodgers. I'm trying to see if I can actually get the button out. Sometimes you can reuse these buttons. Like if your hat loses a button, you can just kind of reuse them. I've never actually had to do that. I have found a couple hats with no buttons. But the thing is, you know, you don't want to have a blue button on a hat that's like not supposed to have a blue button. So I don't know. I guess you could save it if you can get it off. Trying to get this fabric off the button itself. See if I can get it or separate the button. Didn't really work. Didn't really work, but the button's right there. And like I said, it does say 47. Alright, guys. Let's do the next part. We're going to take off. I will say overall, the fabric itself, it's pretty solid. This is a embroidered logo on the front of this hat, so that's good. It's not like ironed on or anything like that. Let's check it out. Let's cut it off. So there you go, embroidered LA logo. So I guess if you're a seamstress, or you know how to sew basically, if you guys don't know what seamstress means, you could maybe use this to stitch to something. If you are feeling kind of creative, you could do that. I just kind of cutting it off is easy. So there you go. You got the Dodgers logo right there. And looking inside the hat, very good. Okay. All right, the main attraction, guys. Let's see the brim. It's already naturally bent. So I know some of you guys like your brims bent. It already has a natural bend on it. So we're going to cut this extra stuff off. There we go. Cut this off. And you're asking, why am I doing it the hard way and don't just cut the brim? I don't know, because I want to. I'm going to try to access it from the inside right here. Screw it, right? Screw it. Let's go. Let's cut on top. We're going to cut on top. There we go. Plus, if you guys can see it, this one is going to be stitched, so you're going to have to pull it apart anyways. Okay, let's see if I can get it here. See if I can get the blade under the stitching. Because there are a whole bunch of stitch holes in here. I think there's like, I did a video on this one earlier. That on the plastic thing, there was like 150 or 170. I forget exactly what the number was, but there was a lot. Alright, but we're making progress. And this one, obviously, as you guys can see, already comes naturally bent. See? This is why sometimes buying these hats is actually very cool, because if you've never seen the inside of a hat, you know, and obviously you're not gonna spend 45 bucks to like rip up a hat. You have people like me who don't mind it when I buy a mistake hat, and I can share it for the videos. All right, see, they stitch it on very good, as you guys can see on the brim. Let's make some extra holes here. We're trying to see if we can expedite this process, make it go a little bit quicker, because I am not really making progress on trying to tear it off. There we go. At least got that part off. Tear off the bottom a little bit. There we go. So I would have to say, construction wise, is actually pretty solid construction. They actually did a very good job. Didn't really miss any stitchings or anything like that. The only thing I don't like about these hats though is that meshy looking part. It's really crappy. I don't know, it's just not my style. I mean, if you like that style, okay. We got the elastic band off right there. You can maybe use that later. I'm not really sure what you would use that for, but we are making progress here. We're tearing it all off so I can try to get a good visual of the brim. There we go. Ah, there we go. Now we're making progress. Once you usually get a little bit of it going, you can usually get the rest of it going, because each little section in here is stitched, so it comes out very nicely. So there you go. You got a solid piece of plastic right there. It's already bent. So there you go. As you guys can see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows of stitching. So each little spot has its own little stitch on there to keep the hat in place. So I hope you enjoyed this video of the Anatomy 47 brand Dodger hat. Overall, it's very well constructed. I would like to think so. The only thing I don't like, of course, is the meshy part right here. This is very flammable, so obviously be careful, not that you would burn it or anything. So hopefully you guys like these anatomy type videos. If you do, make sure you hit that subscribe, and I will be doing some more videos like this in the future. I've done a few of these in the past, so please go check them out if you haven't watched them already. So thanks so much for watching. This is Sergio, PhD, and I will see you next time. Later, guys. Bye.